and welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig right here in Starshot Studio in Times Square. And today we have a very special guest who came in from California, all the way from California. She is a successful entrepreneur who created her own multi-million-dollar business. The name of the business was called
Moisture Jams.
I'm like so excited. I love the stories that you weave into your book.
Thank you.
But today she's on her book tour. So her book just came out. It's called Breathe to Succeed. And I have to say, you write so well because it's hard to put down. It's like filled with such great tidbits.
Thank
I just
you.
love it. And I love the way you're so honest in revealing your story. So let's just go a little further back. You describe being interested in yoga, but you wouldn't stay towards the end of the class. And that resonated with me because I can't even stay at the beginning of a yoga class. I can't even breathe out after that. But I loved how honest you were because this is in California. I could see where you would get dirty looks.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm like you, like a fast-paced entrepreneur. And when I started yoga, I loved the rigorous workout part, but the last 5 minutes of class called Shavasana, which means corpse pose, when you just lie there, didn't resonate with me. And so I would scoot out of class right before Shavasana, and that became sort of my reputation. Not a good one to have. And the teachers said, you know, Shavasana really is the most important thing in class, in a yoga class. And after I gave it a try, I had an aha moment. Have you ever done that with breath or in Shavasana where all of a sudden you close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you're like, wow, I feel it. Like, you've cleared your mindset, and you can actually feel like that centered, grounded power from being still, which we're rarely still.
We're rarely still. And I think we are having a harder and harder time being still. And you talk a lot about this idea of digital detox. And phones really do take up a lot of our time. And I do think it contributes to anxiety. What did you find in your research?
It's fascinating what I found in the research. And you're right about phones. First of all, I'll start there, that often they do dictate where our attention goes during the day. And where your attention goes is what grows. And so it's dangerous to let all the external stimuli and notifications and pop-ups determine where our attention goes all day long.
It's a little mindless, but mindless in the worst possible way.
Absolutely. And it has us multitasking, which, as you know, the science behind it is that we're not good at multitasking. And so we dilute the effectiveness of everything that we do when we're multitasking.
Just to add on to that point, and that is so true, that we think we're good at multitasking, but the reality is, if we're making a shift, it takes us a long time to be able to focus on whatever that next shift is.
Yes.
And we're probably not doing that most of the time.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
And the anxiety that you mentioned with scrolling Instagram and all of that, the research behind that is that it is absolutely causing anxiety because everybody's putting their best images and their reel just looks perfect, right? Who doesn't have the perfect life on Instagram? And so we need to just have a sort of self-awareness of the fact that that's not what is happening behind the scenes with everyone.
And I think too, even if we know that what we see on Instagram are highly curated images or just a highlight reel, it still can be annoying as well. And we were talking about that, those people, and I always say I probably overpost, but I try to keep it work related.
Right.
But those people who post everything, and I just wonder what they would be doing if they knew about your book. And I have to just add on, in my private practice, when I first started, and I've been in private practice for over 20 years, a long time, the initial presentation would always be depression. And in recent years, I would say since 9/11, it's anxiety.
Yeah.
People come in feeling anxious, hands down. And what you provide in your book is something you call 3 deep breaths. What is that, and how can people use it?